So this is the creative, artsy aspect of the journey, the retreat. What's behind it and influencing this is your experience on Terceira and the Azores. This island has so much to offer in terms of experiences, and to facilitate, we picked this place with this house, with these things to support you in a creative process to allow these to be released. These emotions, these experiences, different aspects of yourself that are then recorded through stories, through music, and through these cards. So you have a musical arts, you have a soul song, a visual and audio soul song of this experience in the Azores. So why the Azores, you might say? Other than I've been there and I love them, and got Robert hooked on them. He said, oh yeah, we got to go. So this is one of 9 islands of a group of islands called the Azores, Portuguese. Some people think they're the lost Atlantis. And so they're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, closer to Europe. And so they're very unique. They're like New Zealand. They were separated. So they don't have deer and foxes and, normal animals. Lots of birds, no snakes. So very unique landscape, volcanic. And so one of our adventures will be actually walking through a lava tube. So the volcano is not dead, but it's not alive either. And they have all these natural ocean pools to swim in the ocean with the waves coming, and yet we're going to do it in such a way that you won't be pulled out to sea. But there's sort of this excitement about it, like, it's sort of dangerous, but it won't be. Hello, I'm here at Four Rivers with my guide Juka. Hello. He is showing me these natural pools. It is a paradise. We're going to go down with the waves. Joka will take pictures of me in my mermaid tail, and hopefully we will see you here in September. And then there are just these undulating hills that just go on, very much like Ireland, very green, very wet sometimes, that just speak to the flow of life. And so we're going to be doing some walking, and we're going to make that match the levels that people are comfortable with. And then I met this woman who's discovering these stones, what she thinks there are petroglyphs on. And so she's going to be a guest speaker for the day and share with us her theories about people being on these islands before the Portuguese came, like 2,000 years earlier. So there's this whole mystery of the land and the history. There's no evidence, but there are these little pieces that are emerging. And then there's the history. The Portuguese came there in 1492 with Columbus. So there's the old historical buildings and churches and museums and all that, if you kind of want to get into that. Also, there are these little chapels called spirit houses, and this island in particular has 72 of them. And they're related to a religious sect that came to this island and developed strongly there, called the Brotherhood of the Spirit. It's not about God the Father, it's not about Christ the Son, it's the Holy Ghost. And so Antonetta, who's going to talk about the stones, also did her master's in these chapels. And so she's going to explain to us the importance and relevance of these little chapels on this island in terms of spirituality, pre-Catholicism. And on this last trip, I went to what Juka calls the White Forest. And there's all this lichen and very like 2 feet of moss. And you walk on this and it's just delightful. And it turns out it's in the absolute center of the island.
and you can feel it. You stand on this moss and you just can feel the island around you and then the ocean around the island, and you're on the planet spinning around in the universe. I mean, you just really get it there. So these are some of the things we'll be doing. Oh, and we'll have a woman coming to cook for us at the house, and we're going to bake bread together, bake and break bread together. She's going to show us how to make some Azorean bread, and then we're going to break bread together. And they have wonderful food there, fresh seafood. The oceans there are very clean, and so very fresh seafood and dairy. I mean, you can probably see the cow that's making your milk on the hillside. And they are big into meat, so if you have any special dietary needs, let us know. They're getting very progressive. They can get all those things. Yeah, so we're not going to overpack it with too much stuff, although there's so much to do. But to really find these little nooks where we can be, and feel the grace in our lives. And so we feel that this island really supports what we're trying to co-create and what we want to co-create with you. And then you can bring it home into your daily life. Thank you. The music that accompanied this video was played by Robert Hitz, and it was the musical interpretation from my story, A Small Tuft of Moss, when I took his workshop, Grace Notes, 10 years ago. So that's what you're going to go home with, a CD or a flash drive thumbnail of the music that gets created on the retreat. And then also you're going to make soul collage cards like this that match the music. And as a soul collage facilitator, as always, we thank the artists that made the art that we used in the collaging. So look forward to seeing you in September. If you need more information, please see the rest of the page.